What is Arizona's Independent Redistricting Commission and what does it do? I'm Dustin Gardiner, political reporter for the Arizona Republican azcentral.com, and I'm here to answer that question. The Commission is a body of 5 members who are tasked with redrawing the state's political boundaries every decade. These are the boundaries that determine who represents you in Congress and the state legislature. The Redistricting Commission prevents gerrymandering because it puts the powers to draw political boundaries in the hands of an independent third party outside of the state legislature. Typically, the Commission is made up of people that are politically engaged, politically involved, but not office holders themselves. The idea is that if political people not beholden to the whims of elected officials are drawing the districts, they will be less biased and less inclined to try to skew them to benefit one party. Gerrymandering is the technique that political parties use to try to skew voting district boundaries to benefit their party at the expense of the other party. Typically, gerrymandering occurs through one of 2 techniques. One is called cracking and the other is called packing. With cracking, what the majority party tries to separate areas of concentrated votes for the opposite party so they don't maintain a district by spreading their votes over multiple districts. They don't get a vote. They can also try to compact or pack the votes of the other party by concentrating them in one district so they're not facing competition from that party in another district. Last year, the Associated Press released a study that showed Arizona was among the least gerrymandered states in the country. This study looked at all 43 states that have more than one congressional district and determined which had the most competitive congressional districts and which had been skewed to give members of a certain party more offices than their general vote tally suggested they should have. Supporters say the Commission is important because it prevents legislators from skewing political districts to benefit themselves. Their concern is that if legislatures draw their own districts, they're going to be picking their own voters and essentially kind of cherry-picking the people most likely to vote for them. On the flip side, opponents of the Commission say that drawing congressional districts and legislative districts is just an inherent duty of state legislatures around the country, and they feel like that the way the Commission is currently comprised is likely to result in kind of biased outcomes because the 5th person, the independent, is likely to become kind of the state's redistricting czar, if you want to call it that, because they have all the power to decide the 2-2 splits between the Democrats and the Republicans. The Commission has long been controversial. Conversations about changing it are nothing new. When it was first formed in 2001, Democrats complained that the lines the Commission drew were favoring Republicans. A decade later, in 2011, Republicans said the opposite, saying the lines were benefiting Democrats. So we're likely to see more attacks involving the Commission for years to come.